President Donald Trump today delivered a pivotal policy speech outlining his administration's comprehensive strategy for immigration reform and border security. Speaking from the White House, President Trump detailed his proposals, which include heightened enforcement measures at the nation's borders and a fundamental shift towards a merit-based immigration system. The president emphasized the importance of securing the country's sovereignty while attracting individuals who can contribute significantly to the American economy and society. The address comes at a critical juncture, with immigration remaining a highly contentious issue across the political spectrum. President Trump reiterated his commitment to fulfilling campaign promises related to border control and national security, asserting that his plan would create a more orderly and efficient immigration process. He highlighted specific initiatives aimed at streamlining legal immigration pathways while simultaneously deterring illegal crossings. Reactions to President Trump's speech were immediate and varied. Supporters praised the administration's decisive approach to a long-standing challenge, commending the focus on national interests and security. Conversely, critics voiced concerns over the potential impact on immigrant communities and the humanitarian implications of stricter policies. Lawmakers from both major parties are now closely examining the specifics of the proposed plan, setting the stage for robust debate in Congress. The president's remarks underscore the administration's priority in addressing immigration as a cornerstone of its domestic agenda. The implications of these proposed changes are expected to be far-reaching, affecting various sectors from labor to social services. As the nation grapples with reforming its complex immigration framework, the United States Senate has successfully passed a landmark bipartisan infrastructure bill after weeks of intense negotiations and spirited debate on the chamber floor. The legislation, which garnered support from both major political parties, represents a significant investment in modernizing the nation's aging infrastructure. Key provisions of the bill include substantial funding allocations for the repair and construction of roads, bridges, and public transportation networks, as well as upgrades to water pipes, broadband internet, and the electric grid. The passage marks a rare moment of bipartisan legislative success in a deeply divided Congress. Proponents argue the bill is crucial for economic growth, job creation, and enhancing America's global competitiveness. They emphasize that improved infrastructure will reduce commuting times, lower transportation costs for businesses, and provide essential services to underserved communities across the country. However, the journey for the bill is far from over. It now proceeds to the House of Representatives, where its reception is expected to be met with further scrutiny and debate. Progressive and conservative factions within the House have expressed varying degrees of support and opposition, signaling a potentially challenging path to final enactment. The outcome in the House will determine whether this significant legislative effort ultimately becomes law, impacting millions of Americans and the national economy for decades to come. The bill's progression is closely watched as a bellwether for future cross-party cooperation on critical national issues. Good morning. Today, January 27th, global financial markets are closely observing significant developments within the banking sector, particularly focusing on Brazil. Banco Bradesco, a prominent financial institution in the nation, has registered a notable upward movement in its stock valuation. This surge in share price is unfolding just ahead of a critical gathering of the Brazilian Central Bank, an event that carries considerable weight for the economic landscape. Market participants and analysts are keenly awaiting the central bank's impending policy announcements, especially those pertaining to interest rates and broader monetary strategies. These decisions are widely expected to exert a profound influence across various segments of the Brazilian economy, extending to corporate operations, investment flows, and consumer financial behavior. The positive performance observed in Banco Bradesco's stock suggests a degree of optimism or strategic positioning among investors, who appear to be factoring in potential favorable outcomes or specific policy directions from the upcoming central bank meeting. This scenario highlights the intricate relationship between individual corporate financial health and overarching national macroeconomic policies. The market's current activity is largely driven by anticipatory sentiment, as investors attempt to predict and capitalize on the central bank's forthcoming directives. These directives are not only pivotal for Banco Bradesco, but also for the broader array of financial entities and industries operating within Brazil. The trajectory of these policy choices will undoubtedly shape the immediate and longer-term economic outlook, making the central bank's meeting a focal point for international financial observers. The Los Angeles Lakers have once again etched their name in the annals of basketball history, clinching their 18th NBA championship in a thrilling Game 7 victory. In a highly anticipated and intensely fought decider against their perennial rivals, the Lakers delivered a masterful performance that kept fans on the edge of their seats until the final buzzer. The win culminates a dominant playoff run, solidifying the team's legacy in the league. Veteran superstar LeBron James was named the series' most valuable player, a testament to his exceptional leadership, scoring prowess, and all-around contributions throughout the playoffs. His consistent high-level play, particularly in crucial moments, proved instrumental in guiding the Lakers to their latest title. The championship adds another significant accolade to James's storied career, further cementing his status among the sport's all-time greats. The atmosphere in the arena was electric, reflecting the high stakes and fierce competition between the two storied franchises. Both teams showcased incredible skill, resilience, and strategic gameplay, making for a memorable championship series. The Lakers' victory was met with jubilation from their fanbase, celebrating a hard-earned title after a challenging season. This championship marks a significant milestone for the franchise, tying them for the most NBA titles in league history. The team's collective effort, defensive intensity, and clutch offensive plays ultimately made the difference in the decisive game. The celebrations are expected to continue as the city of Los Angeles commemorates this historic achievement, underscoring the enduring appeal and competitive spirit of professional basketball.